Hey there, lovelies. Fuckboy Book Club is a podcast where we read and discuss misogynist literature, so do be prepared for some general grossness. This episode in particular touches on references to intimate partner abuse, including emotional manipulation and infidelity, references to racism and Nazism, and touches on suicidality. If you feel comfortable, do please continue on. Please take care of yourselves and enjoy the show.
Cathedral ceilings, chandeliers, 11 diamonds hanging from the ears. Eyes like colored pencils, drawing into me. Every time I struggle, you're the only face I see. Or taking pictures of himself with a phone. Click, click, sugar, stick, leave a quick line. Around the corner, confidentially, you might just make a cheater out of me.
Welcome to Fuckboy Book Club, a horrible colonial expedition into the unexplored territory of bad men and the bad shit they write, where we go insane, go native, start a cult,
start a noise band,
get through 5, 6, or 7 roommates, start some kind of salsa company. My name is Aaron. Joining with me is my illustrious co-host,
Devin. It's me. Hi.
our producer on the ones and twos, as always.
It's me, Drew.
And joining us is writer Sarah.
Hi.
Sarah, thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Before we start anything, just critical support, solidarity to the OA hunger strike protester.
Yes.
If you're down by Van Ness and Sunset, ask them if they need water. Ask them if they need you to do the first 2 movements.
Do not ask them if they need food because it's a hunger strike.
Yeah. Critical thinking.
Yeah. If you're out there, if you're listening to us, just know that we support you. And Devin,
You are the Steve. She is the Steve, or they are the Steve.
We will save the OA.
yeah.
We will.
Now, Sarah,
Yeah.
thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
Are you?
I'm super pumped.
Okay.
I may have undersold the awfulness of this to her. I was like, just come on our podcast. It's a book club.
Yeah.
No, this is awesome. These books are absurd. There's so many of them. I'm totally on board to dissect them and
Stare into the dark heart.
it's terrifying. We live in a terrifying world.
Life is
Full of scary white men.
Yeah.
life on Earth is bad, and no one will miss it. So, Sarah, we're going to start you off with the questions we ask all of our guests. First of all, what does the word fuckboy mean to you? What is a fuckboy?
What is a fuckboy? Anyone who has no idea how to be with another person sexually or romantically and is just a terrible person all around in that relation, I think would be a fuckboy, if I had to think of something off the top of my head.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you now, or have you ever been, in your younger and more vulnerable years, been a fuckboy?
Hell yeah.
Oh.
Early 20s.
Love that.
Oh man, I was not a relationship person for a really long time, and I was a big fan of just hooking up with random dudes and having them buy me drinks and buy me food, and then
Respect the hustle.
I don't know if that would qualify me as a fuckboy, but I was definitely love just fucking and leaving in the morning.
Honestly, God,
that was my go-to.
Honestly, God, that's the best part about sex, when you leave. Oh man, now I get to go home where my bathroom is.
Sick. No, I love when we have guests on and you're like, have you ever been a fuckboy? Some people hem and haw, but I really respect when folks are oh yeah, I used to suck.
I feel like I was probably, not a completely shitty person in my early 20s, but in terms of hooking up, I was I don't give a fuck. I would just get drunk and be yeah, you're cute.
You'll do.
Let's do this. And then I wake up in the morning and be oh God, I did do that. And then crawl outdoor, yeah. And then they wake up and be where? Either they'd be where'd she go? Oh my God, this sucks. Or they'd be yeah, been here before.
Did you at least rob them on your way out?
No, but funny that you mentioned that. I hooked up with this guy once. Actually, I hooked up with him a bunch. She was a bartender at this bar that I regularly went to in San Francisco. And he was a bartender, so he got a lot of tips in cash. And he left to go to work, and he was like, "Oh, you can sleep in if you want." And so I was just like laying awake, looking around at his shit, like you do. And I noticed, I like went down on the floor to like pick up my clothes and stuff, and I noticed some dollar bills coming out of his mattress. And I lifted his mattress, and he had like fat wad of like 5s and 20s and like just in his mattress. So I could have robbed him.
You should have robbed him. That is a stupid shit thing to do.
When you make the call that you are not going to hook up with this guy again, like secure the bag.
Yeah,
Right?
just grab a roll and like deuce.
Yeah. Do the Rachel goodbye.
It's like, did he even know how much was under there? That's the other thing.
I don't think that he did. I would venture a
I could
guess.
have grabbed a couple 20s. Maybe he went,
Yeah. He wouldn't have known.
Yeah, though, like that's why it's under his mattress instead of like in a bank.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows if he even used a bank?
Yeah.
You know?
There's probably
Just-
tips from
you never
bartending.
know.
He didn't want to pay taxes.
That's
so he
true.
just
That
keeps
makes
it on.
sense. I mean, I waitressed. I did that too. I had a jar.
Right.
My jar where I put all my loose cash. Yeah.
Oh, are you
I'm
supposed
sorry,
to
I
hide
don't need
it?
to give like a boring answer. It was probably cocaine money. You should have stolen it. Well, who's going to call the cops?
You know, if you left that money under his mattress, you may as well have been like giving him a loaded gun because he was just going to use it to buy cocaine.
I mean,
Well, I mean,
if it's under $1,200 in the state of California, it's not considered grand theft. And chances are he wasn't keeping track of it. So you could have, scooped a month of rent out and just dipped.
you're right. As a New Yorker, I am unfamiliar with the California laws
Yeah.
at that point. I
I
mean, I was
like robbed a lot of men in my
was
day.
a year and a half into living in California, so
Yeah.
I was new and fresh.
Well, what you gotta know about in LA is that it's basically it's like the purge because like who's gonna stop you? Eric
Yeah.
Garcetti, he sucks.
Dude, Eric Garcetti can fucking fight me. You know what? Listen, you little rich bitch boy. Meet me at the corner of 8th and Fig if you want an ass kicking. I'll fucking wreck you. Oh, I'm an Angelino. Eat my fucking ass.
Our mayor is the mayor of Weenie Hut Jr. All crime is legal in LA. So we're launching into the beginnings of part 2.
An unwinding soul. And dear listeners, this is the chapter that we finally meet Lilith. And he has this wonderful, lengthy, girthy, J.
Aw.
Alfred Prue fuck style poem.
It's bad.
Chapter 19, Lady Lilith, Devon.
The
Let's get
poem-
that poem.
Takes up an entire page.
It's a page and a half, actually,
It
Drew.
is. It's a page and
Yeah,
a half.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Love. Love is a bitch. Love will turn your world inside out, upside down, and backwards.
Wanna put my tender heart in a blender, watch it spin around to a beautiful oblivion.
Make you do things, say things, want things, fuck things you had never done before. It will make you feel like a king one
Fuck
day and a
things.
jester the next.
Wait, fuck things. So it's
Yes.
like, I had to just like drill a hole into this cantaloupe and just like nut inside of it because
I
I
had
was
to
so in
bust
love.
out my windows.
I had to bust out my window. I'm so in love with this girl.
Punching holes in walls.
Just found out about love.
Classic man.
Listen, the reason I nutted in our VHS players because I'm in love.
With you.
That's understandable. Understandable chance.
Okay, what was that
Okay.
last verse?
It will make you feel like a king one day and a jester the next. Love.
Okay, can I just say I love Chance's like fucking like complete lack of class consciousness because
Oh,
he
yeah.
does not clock how just privileged he is that he is rich, but it's also he thinks the opposite of a king is a jester.
jester.
Like in his idea, medieval and feudal societies just begin and end in the court. There's no serfs,
Yeah.
there's no peasants,
No, this-
there's no artisans, nobody that just like toils for a living. Everyone just lives in a castle and is part
No,
of castle politics.
this line has the same energy as Marie Antoinette building a fake like pauper cottage where she could pretend to be like a country girl.
Yeah.
Like this is the same energy.
Well, the jester must be the shittiest guy in the castle because everyone's laughing at him.
Yeah.
It's true.
Chance goes to a stand-up show and he's like, oh man, it sucks to be that guy. And no one takes him seriously. Everyone's just laughing at everything he says.
What an idiot.
Also, like, hang on. Make you do things, say things, want things, and fuck things you never have done before. and also like this like like deposed monarch energy. Chances
But that
like
was
Marie.
when I ruled the world. Oh, dude, he was totally bopping Viva La Vida the entire time.
No, this is Chances Marie Antoinette saying "Let them fuck cake."
Fuck you. That's terrible. Okay, let me finish my audition
Yes.
for Button Poetry. Fuck's sake.
Sorry,
Do
All right,
it.
soul pancake.
Thank you. I'm that one girl who writes the poems about how she's like, I'm Princess Peach and I save myself. Meh. I fucking hate that shit. Anyway, love.
Gamers.
Stealing jobs from a hardworking Italian man.
Fuck you. I don't know. Love is a bitch. Love will flip you, dip you, have its way with you.
When the rhythm starts
gets worse.
to play.
It will pound you, ground you, make you say I love you. Love is a bitch. Love will make you forget the condom, forget the pill, baby. Let's do it just for the thrill.
I'm sorry, forget the pill.
No, that is not love.
I'm sorry, forget
Abortions
the-
are very expensive.
Yes.
Forget the pill?
I have never
No.
been so in love being like, yo, baby, just nutting me.
Like, I was going to take my pill,
All right.
have my timer set, turn
Fuck
it
it.
off.
So, Chance, what the fuck? We've interrupted a couple times just because this poem is a fucking train wreck, but there's still more.
And it's
There's
peak.
Yeah.
This is peak like YouTube poet like slamming it down, standing on some train tracks, talking about America doesn't teach its children, like that kind of shit.
Who
All
will
right.
survive in Love is a Bitch?
All right, love is a bitch. No, love isn't a bitch. I am the bitch for falling in lust, trust.
I am Boo Boo the Fool.
Lust, trust, agony, addiction, love. Love is a problem caused by her crystal eyes, golden hair, silky skin, love. Which, like, by the way, we find out later that Lilith has brown hair, so I don't quite know who this is supposed to be about. But anyway,
Truth. I thought Lilith was the big love.
yeah, with her love has big old hook.
Titties for days.
Love has tiggle bitties. Love is a problem caused by her curvy hips, seductive voice, her ruby moist lips.
I love when you just walk in on a girl and she's being too sexy and you're just like, you're gonna have to fix this.
You need to tone it the McFuck down.
This is a problem.
Love is a problem. Love is overrated. Love is a problem. Love is the answer. The answer to every question, every thought, and every problem.
What?
Chance more. What? Well, I've read some bad fucking poetry.
I've
America
read a
is
lot
a
of bad
gun.
fucking poetry. I'm just picturing him on stage, though, actually performing this.
Oh yeah, no, he's getting up on stage and he's got his iPhone in front of him and he's like, love, and someone in the crowd is like, Chance, yes.
Yes, what is love? Tell us about love.
This is like I would not. This reads like the fake slam poetry when like Clickhole was trying to do like a fake like slam poetry channel.
Yes.
This poetry is worse than the poem that a girl wrote that I read about the first time she masturbated at a slumber party.
Ooh.
It's not good. She uses quivering a lot. I don't like that.
You get quivering once.
No, you don't get to quiver ever.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Okay, that's fine.
That's different.
That's different.
Was she like in a sleeping bag with surrounded by the other girls in sleeping bags?
I
Like, what was the
guess.
context? I'm confused.
Yeah, there was. So this is worse than that. Long story
Okay.
short.
Right.
All right.
Right.
Wow, this is bad.
So our recap is that until Chance discovered that love is a bitch and a problem and a solution and an
And
answer.
a reason to nut
And a
raw.
contradiction of all sorts.
It's also a bitch, but not a bitch. He's the bitch.
Yeah.
Also made him
He's Boo Boo the Fool.
fuck a jar of peanut butter.
Jury's still out on whether or not love is a child, a mother, a sinner, saint, or if it feels a shame.
Love is a land of contrast.
In conclusion,
It really raises the question, what is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
so Chance says, God, he got with this girl Marcella, who he is dating, but he doesn't feel anything for her.
And the sex with her is terrible, which I want to just posit, perhaps you are bad at sex.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, if you keep having bad sex, it's probably you, right?
I kept on
Maybe
slapping.
the problem is your hog.
I kept on slapping the underside of my dick against her belly button. It didn't make pee-pee go hard.
I unplugged and blew on it and plugged it back in. Why didn't it work? I did left, right, BI start on her clit and nothing happened.
Chance is like in the middle of it. He's like, hang on, do something sexy.
Do something sexy. I don't care.
I don't care. Just whatever you do, just don't talk about your fucking boyfriend.
Oh my god. So he's still dating Marcella, and he says stuff like, we're still going strong and things are starting to get serious, but in the same breath he'll be like, sex was bad, I don't want to hurt her, I don't like her that much.
Yo,
and so
fuck this sex.
this bitch I love so much and want to have a future with. So his friend Jason, who we've established is gay because he said it
He's
so
flamboyant.
He's
many
flamboyant.
fucking times.
His gender is
I don't
flamboyant.
know. He might be gay.
He might, maybe.
He just uses the term flamboyant.
Yeah.
Well, in Chance's world, that probably means like super gay.
Mad gay.
This means he dresses like a Power Ranger every day.
How much y'all want to bet? How much y'all want to bet? Like in real life, Jason's just like a log cabin Republican. Is just like
He's like a West Hollywood like Republican gay where he's
Yeah.
like got money.
Jason's wearing like a very sharply like tailored suit with like a pocket square and like his graying hair done up in like a Jimmy Neutron cut.
I literally worked for that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had a dog whose like sweaters cost more than mine.
Ugh.
And him and his husband had a mansion. I was like, yo, your dog lives a better life than I do.
Chance, so what does he do? He goes to
a diva party in Boys
yeah.
Town, in case you forgot for 2 whole seconds that
the
Jason
town
is
for
gay.
boys.
Right.
And he meets this girl and he says that he has been hit by and he does this a lot, a freight train of lust. All aboard!
Pulling into the station.
He got hit by that big old Trotsky train from the Netflix TV show.
Trotsky's fuck train. Chance, you need to understand that in war, people are become horny.
It's the train from Babylon, Berlin, but it's just full of condoms instead of like Russian gold.
It's Snowpiercer.
I wish Snowpiercer would hit you.
1010 would watch. No, he always like he's like a warehouse of hope, an abandoned Toys R Us of confidence, a freight train of lust. It's like he doesn't even try. It's like he's like doing one of those cootie catchers where he's like, okay, now a thing.
Mad Libs.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll
Noun,
choose,
preposition.
here,
Adjective.
some kind of a large industrial object
Full
of
of
feeling.
My dick was fucked up by a combine harvester of sadness.
A
we just
plane of
get-
sadness melted my steel beams.
Can we just backtrack to after the poem? This is how Chance opens up this chapter. I don't really know what love was about before I met Lilith. She ushered in a paradigm shift in my soul.
I feel like he doesn't know what a paradigm shift is.
No.
I've been on both sides of the fence, and let me tell you, it's a lot easier to accept the mushy cuddling, can't keep their hands off of one another couple than hate them.
Okay, that is incorrect. I hate every couple like that, especially if half of that couple is Chance.
Yep.
I would just like to know, like, why are those the two sides of the fence?
Why is it a thing that he needs to even mention? Because this has nothing to do with the paradigm shift.
I've been in like one of those couples that are like, you know, overly performatively affectionate, and I've also hated those couples, and those are the only two options.
Yep.
Being normal is not a thing.
Well, he can't imagine that people would just ignore him while he's doing like PDAs.
Yeah, if you lived in
his
Chicago between
girlfriend,
if you lived in Chicago between the years of 2009 and 2011, you probably saw Lilith and me on the train or bus constantly connected to each other. No.
No.
People had places to go.
Nobody was
No one's
looking at
paying
you.
attention
No one
to you
gives a
macking
shit.
on the train.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Or grinding in a cab, except the cab driver.
Which also tip him well.
Yeah. Like, if someone saw you, like, on the train in Chicago between 2009 and 2011, they're just thinking about the Bears.
Fuck you. So he meets this girl, and he makes Jason introduce them, even though Jason introduced him to Marcella, his girlfriend. So like,
No, that was William.
No,
actually.
William
oh,
introduced.
just kidding.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
gonna say this guy is his one connection to
All
the
of his-
ladies.
Although Jason has introduced him to a number of girls to fuck in the past.
Jason introduced
Ooh.
him to William, so indirectly.
Maybe
he did meet
Jason should
Marcella 'cause of
stop
Jason.
doing this. Maybe
Yeah,
Jason's
Jason's
part
an
of
enabler.
the
Yeah.
problem.
Chance has female friends in order to fuck them or to have them help him get away with fucking.
Yeah.
And he has male friends to help him find girls to fuck.
Everything is to facilitate his fucking. But I hate it because like he does shit like this in front of all of his friends that know his girlfriend, and then he makes them complicit in him being a fucking shit.
Interesting.
Like, and granted, some of them go along with it because they probably suck. But it's just one of those things where you're like, dude, you're so fucking messy.
Yeah.
Chance sounds like a tamer. Tucker Max, is that his name?
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
remember Tucker
Oh,
Max?
He fucking
Stupider
wants to
Tucker
be
Max.
Tucker Max.
He's trying so
like
hard.
he's a wannabe Tucker Max. Like
Yeah.
I said, like a softer.
He's a fucker Max.
That guy though.
No,
That guy.
he's a sucker Max.
The latest product from the blowjob factory.
Get out. Actually, I dated a guy who did marketing for a camera company, and
Oh,
then
no, because I dated a guy who worked at the blowjob factory.
I mean, he might have. I don't really know what his job entailed. But he almost got poached to work for a sex toy company, and they wanted him to take up the marketing for this thing called the tireless tongue, which like I still think about to this day.
Did you
What is
ever
that?
see it?
No, I mean, like he promised he would get a prototype of it, but he didn't.
Fucker.
So you fucking owe me. But
Give me
you know,
that tongue.
Is it like a sex toy that was like a tongue? Like it
yeah,
felt like a
it
tongue?
it was a spiral of fake tongues, and it would just like spin like
I
a
feel
wheel.
like I've seen that on sex toy, like in sex toy shops and
Yeah.
like online, like a version of that.
So wait,
I
you
guess.
just gotta like lay back and just like put it up against your crotch and like hand crank it?
No, I'm imagining that it was like
This is like
battery
the original
powered.
vibrator.
An old doctor has to come and crank it for you.
Hysteria.
Ma'am,
if you will.
I'm afraid you've got the
dances.
hysteria, but don't worry, we have the tireless tongue here. Now just lay back and drop your drawers and I'll get a cranking.
As soon as you come, you'll be fine. No more hysteria.
They have to get an old-timey organ grinder. They're the only people qualified to operate them.
It just makes me think of the organ grinder villain from Dexter's Lab, where he would sing everything to that Italian song. He's like, "Good job, Maya monkey. Don't forget to get the rest." Because he like had a hypnotized monkey that would steal gold for
Oh,
him.
now I picture him like
Back in the old country, your wife had to go to the organ grinder to get her pussy eaten out.
She had the terminal horny.
now I'm picturing that guy like masturbating some random woman that has this chair,
Mamma
but
mia.
singing the whole time.
Bella Tortellini, you are coming down with the hornies.
Oh, I'm too horny. I can't squash the grapes.
Please, mi dici the organ grinder, you have to help my poor wife.
I sound like Borat.
Europe isn't real.
Is it an episode of Fuckboy Book Club if we don't make an Italian joke at any point?
Now we
It's
just gotta get a
Yeah,
cube
cube.
reference in there. God, we're fucking insane.
So Chance sees this girl. How does he describe her?
Oh God.
He just. Oh fuck. Do you want
A
me to read
woman
it?
walked in wearing a seashell white blouse that reveals her belly button and the tightest pair of baby blue jeans I had ever seen. Why am I?
Oh yeah, I had a pair of those.
Her hair was perfectly coiffed to the side. Her large breasts,
Her honking jugs.
her big titty honkers were barely covered by her shirt. Okay.
Wow, neat.
Wow, neat.
Oh wow.
She walked straight out of a porn.
Yeah.
Okay.
She
From
was
the 90s.
oiled down for
does-
some reason.
Her hair was oddly wet.
Does anyone who is attracted to women,
Yes, here.
like after age 12, just when describing the appeal of a pair of breasts, just say large? Or is there like something more to it that you're like appreciating? They were shapely, they were perky,
I
they
mostly
were
just
full, they were
admire
whatever.
that they exist.
Yeah.
I'm not, picky.
Oh.
I'm like, boobs, that's great. Good
Yeah.
for you.
Way to go.
Double
like you just-
prizes,
you
we
just-
both got them.
I feel like you just like the size of them when you've never like touched one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that this is another
okay, you remember when I went into like, you know, how Chance like has got these things where he like has this escalation thing where he has to like appraise the value of a girl and like get a, like interested in a girl by like what new thing she brings to the table. It's like, oh, she was hotter than any other girl before, and the next girl was even hotter than that.
She was British.
Yeah, it's like, oh, she was exotic in this way, and the
I
next girl
love
was
that
even
British
more
people are
exotic.
exotic to him.
Right.
Like, yeah, like, you know, he goes like, oh, she was
From that strange isle,
Yeah.
Britannia.
I heard they invented racism.
like, I think like for him, it's like tit size is like another thing.
It's just like so fucking juvenile.
Yeah, it's a juvenile,
yeah,
like
I mean-
simplified like metric by which to like make a woman like measurably like higher on some kind of imagined totem pole.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like one of her first things he noticed was, she had a huge rack.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I think for him and for guys that are in this mindset, like sex is a tool for validation.
Yeah.
And so if the women he has sex with have these like superficial markers that make, you know, if he was seen with her, he would be a high value man. So that's why he wants to have sex with her, because he's really looking for this thing he can say, hey, here's proof that I'm a cool guy.
Yeah.
right.
It's funny. My ex abuser, the guy from Nova, told me one time that he was torn, and he said it like I was like supposed to feel bad for him. Like he was very magnanimously told me this. He was like torn about cheating on me with this girl that everyone called Scary Carrie. Her name was Carrie, and she had a huge rack, but she had fucked up teeth. And so all the guys were like debating whether or not they should try and sleep with her. And he was like, just so you know, I decided it wasn't worth it. And I was like, because of me or because of her teeth? Like, it was like the boobs, like, they overruled everything else.
Like you had to write like a pro-con list.
Yeah, pros, tits, cons, teeth.
Ladies, you have $50 to create the perfect woman. Plus 60, big old titties. Minus 10, fucked up teeth.
Big tits just ends up being on the pros side, like, over and over again.
Yeah.
Like,
Cons, I have a girlfriend. Pro, boobs.
but those tits.
But
Yeah,
the teeth.
I'm going to put them on there again.
But also the teeth. But I got a girlfriend, but then the teeth, but her tits, and it's just like, fucking Christ, the math here.
But I love that he said it to me like, you know, like, wow, I'm such a good man.
Right.
Wow.
But it ultimately is, because if they can't quantify the value of a woman, then they can't. If
That's
they
true, yeah.
can't by proxy quantify their own value, and then how will they know? How will they have any sense that they're a worthwhile man?
Maybe, perhaps, they're not worthwhile.
Well, yeah.
Perhaps.
The commodity form turns the familial and the love relation to a mere money relation.
No. We're not bringing fuck math.
No.
No, but he goes on, he goes, her dancer's body, which like has no apostrophe, so it just makes me think she's like dragging along a body with her.
Is she human or is she dancers?
Yeah. Is she human or is she big titty dancer? And then he goes, she moved to the party like a dolphin through water. She
Also,
asked
like,
everyone if they had fish.
Also, like, I don't know. I went through a marine biology phase as a kid. Dolphins don't move in any way that's really spectacular. They're just kind of like fast, and like they move like a torpedo that doesn't run out of momentum.
Like they're good at swimming, but that's because they're designed to be good at
She
swimming.
Yeah.
used pufferfish to get high.
She moved through the party doing various leaps and flips and balancing a ball. So he spends all night talking to her.
Yeah, all night.
And she drops that she has a boyfriend. He drops that he has a girlfriend. And neither of them seem particularly fazed by it. Which is like, these are just like two horrible people.
Well, hang on. This is how that rolls. You know I have a boyfriend, right? Lilith said in a flirtatious tone. Okay. If someone said I have a boyfriend in a flirtatious tone, I would be like, oh, yeah, I should not be fucking around with this person.
Yeah.
Isn't that like the universal sign for like fuck off?
Yeah.
When a girl says to you, I have a boyfriend.
Yeah,
And
but
if
if someone says to me, I have a boyfriend, like a come on, well, clearly Chance is misreading this. Like, because if she was like... So
Well, I mean, in later chapters, it ends up being like a very unhealthy relationship. So it's like, if she is saying it as a come on, that should have been a red flag to you. That she's like,
Yeah.
convince me I don't.
There are
Yeah.
there are three ways this could go. She instantly remembered her boyfriend and got sad and torn and said to Chance, I have a boyfriend, as a way to be like, yeah, this can't continue. And Chance willfully misread it because he saw her big titty.
Her tickle bitties.
Secondly is she did say, I have a boyfriend in a flirtatious tone, which is fucking weird and, again, betrays her as like a bad person. Not as bad as Chance, but in that ballpark.
Well, I think, if as we read on, we'll see, I think there are hints that her relationship with her previous boyfriend is not like super great, maybe.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like, I'm thinking, like, this was written before we invented polyam, but, like, I've never even had, like, a polyam person, like, say, like, tell me their situation in a flirtatious tone.
Hey, hang on, buddy. I have a polycule.
No, it's always been, like, very business-like. It's always been like, oh, just so you're aware.
You can drop off your resume.
Yes.
Well, let me be clear. If you like your...
Also,
If you like your polycule, you can
like,
keep it.
how flirtatious this tone was. There's a lot of guys that, like, I've just been nice to them, and they're like, this bitch is flirting with me, but I'm just being nice. And this is from Chance's point of view.
Yeah.
So maybe she was just, I don't know, maybe she was just like, I have a boyfriend. He was like, ooh, she's flirting with me.
He probably thinks his
this
local
sexy-ass
barista.
dolphin.
She asked me what kind of milk I want in my latte.
I mean, that's something that
She
was running
wants
through
it.
my mind.
He has admitted that he flirts with girls, like, at work.
So he's that guy.
So, yeah. The squares.
So he counters with, though, that's okay. I have a girlfriend. She's all the way across town, and I haven't seen her for hours.
Hours.
She probably doesn't expect to see me or hear from me for like at least another week or so. That girlfriend of mine.
He's like, oh, you're doing something shitty? Well, guess what? I'm doing something even shittier.
No, but then
Because
he,
Lilith's boyfriend is in Kansas City.
True.
Oh, you want to measure shittiness? Beat this. No, he does the line, though, next. The same line that, like, y'all wouldn't know. But when you're talking to a dude and you drop that you have a boyfriend, and then he does that thing like a fly who's just
He
seeing...
says, fuck you! And then he throws the aquarium you're carrying onto the ground.
No, like, guys do that thing where they start rubbing their hands together like a fly who just, like, spotted, like, a baked potato filled with shit they want to sit in.
Yep.
And they're like, well, your boyfriend, will he let you have friends? You start rubbing their hands together.
Yep.
He straight up does that. He does that shit.
That exact same thing happened to me while I was dating a really shitty guy like 3 years ago. And I was at a party, my friend's party, and this guy like sat down with me. And it's funny because my now boyfriend went to film school with this guy, and I noticed they were like they went to the same school, and they were like friends on Facebook, and I was like, you're friends with so-and-so? So fun fact, he hit on me at a party, and I said, oh, I have a boyfriend, in a very casual, non-flirtatious way, because he got very close to my face, and he was like, hey, can I have your number? Like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I have a boyfriend, and he was like, oh, so, and he got defensive, and he was like, oh, so your boyfriend wouldn't let you give me your number, like he wouldn't let you have friends, and blah,
Like, you
blah,
don't
blah,
want to be
blah. And
my
I'm
friend.
like, no, I don't want to be your friend. Like, I don't want to give you my number and have us just like hang out like buddies. Like,
Should I pick you up in my Mercedes or my Bentley?
and he instantly got really defensive and was like, oh, well, your boyfriend would get upset.
But you don't want to be my friend. You're
was
going to make it weird.
Odd.
I will
Then,
admit,
of
like,
course, you said, oh, of course, you're so right, sir. I'm sorry. Here's my phone number.
Of course, right. Let me write it down
yes,
for
let
you.
us be friends now that you've gotten like very transparently shitty about this.
Thank you, Woe King, for reminding me that I'm allowed to give my phone number out to people.
Yeah. Although, look, when I was a kid, like I like, and there was like a girl I was attracted to, like I did shit like that where it was like,
Aaron, you're canceled.
Yeah, like, when I was just like a shitty kid, I want to save face. Like there was this one girl that I really liked, and and like I tried to like hit on her, and I asked her for her number. She was like, I have a boyfriend, right? And I was like, bitch, so do I. You ain't special. And then I ran away.
Actually, that's a good one.
Yeah, thanks.
I'd be like, wait, I'm breaking up with my boyfriend.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
So Marcella comes over after all of this, and they are having a party, and he fucks her, and he's like, the sex is still bad. But she's like, you know what, buddy? If you still can't put this IKEA cupboard together, maybe it's the tool that you're using.
Yeah. You ain't got the right dowels for this hoe bag.
Yeah, if you can't put the billy together, maybe
Your
it's
mom
your
is all
hog.
kinds of fucked.
Well, like, Charlie brought this up in the last episode we had, and I think they're right. Like maybe Marcella likes sex with him because she likes him. That's unfathomable to Chance.
Well, hang on.
But
Here's a thought process. What if Marcella likes having sex with Chance because either Chance puts on a very fake front with her to charm her because he is desperate to get female attention and secure that bag no matter what, and Marcella is genuinely charmed by that and sort of taken in by it, and also like has her own projections as to who Chance is that she's read into him.
Well, she clearly...
And so while Marcella's being very earnest and genuine and connected in this, Chance is just doing Chance shit where he's like going into like I want to fuck mode, where he is like playing the role of like flirtatious alpha dude.
She clearly has some idea of him that's inaccurate because she thinks that he's a nice guy and a good
he
boyfriend.
should have.
Yeah, well, like, and later he's like, so Lilith has been texting him this whole time after
The whole time that he's with Marcella.
Marcella, and
Daniel, the whole time.
so he like makes up a lie that his racist aunt is coming over and that Marcella needs to leave because in case you
I'm pretty
forgot,
sure he
because he
didn't make
mentions
this aunt up.
Oh crap!
yeah.
I said as I stared at the text message. It was a text message from Lilith.
Lilith.
What's going on, baby? Marcella asked me. I completely forgot my aunt is in town and on her way over here. Awesome. I would love to meet someone from your family. Marcella was too nice.
because she's your fucking girlfriend. You
Yeah,
the
stupid
thing he
dongle.
But
can't
she's
grasp.
too nice that she wants to meet a relative of
Because
mine.
he also in previous chapters doesn't he say like she's the kind of person who would text me to ask how I'm doing.
Yeah, she would
What a
ask me
freak.
about
How
my day.
dare she?
She wanted to
she's
spend
one of
her
them
free
freaky
time with
girls.
me.
Yeah, I know I want you to meet them too, but she isn't exactly the best representation of my family. She's mean, she's anti-alcohol, and I think she might be kind of racist.
I think that might be your entire family, Chance.
Except for
and
the
you.
anti-alcohol part.
Well, yeah, no.
Oh crap, well I better get everyone out of here. I can't believe Marcella fell for my idiotic lies.
Sweet.
I can't believe she's the kind of person who thought her boyfriend would tell her the truth.
Need me a freak like that.
Yeah.
Don't worry about them, I'll handle them. They live close. Let me get you a cab. I simultaneously texted Lilith to hop in a cab and I gave her my address.
Jesus Christ.
So Chance leaves like William and Autumn and Ashley, or not Ashley, whatever the fucking whatever the new crew's name
Amanda,
is.
I don't
Amanda,
fucking.
whatever.
None of these people are real.
Yeah, he
They're
leaves.
wino theater kids.
He leaves them in his apartment, and they are the people that introduced him to Marcella, while he ushers Marcella out of his apartment and brings in Lilith.
To be really clear, like he parades Lilith like right in front of William and
All of his friends.
and Autumn and
William.
We're going to go fuck.
He brings out a float, gets a jazz band. William introduced him to Marcella, and like all three of them 100% know what Chance is up to. Like he doesn't hide it.
Yeah, which is what I was saying earlier. Like he makes his friends complicit in his like shittery.
Yeah.
He's just like ushering this new girl into his bedroom, just like looks at them and just says, "Do something."
No. She walks past and he's behind her doing the finger and like the hand ring, being like,
Yep.
"I'm gonna put my beepus in her hole."
She's gonna get my dungus.
She's gonna get my large son.
I'm gonna Borat voice. I'm going to give her my khram.
And then he says they tore their clothes off like wild animals, which, like, first of all, animals don't wear clothes.
No.
Read a fucking book,
Donkey
dipshit.
Kong wears clothes.
He wears a tie. Yogi Bear wears a tie and a hat and a collar.
Okay, but Yogi Bear is not a wild animal. He
What?
is a member of the Park Service.
He is. That's true. He helps.
Yeah,
He helps
he's a
them.
salaried state employee.
He's an AFSME. Yo, what if he meant like the
Civilized animal.
What if he means like the animals from the island of Dr. Moreau, like when they go feral again?
Maybe.
Yeah.
That could be
When
it.
Feruza Balk turns back into a cat lady?
Dude, Feruza Balk.
Yo.
Isabel, oof.
Root. The Craft, Root.
Dude, that entire movie made me a gay witch.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Drew.
What?
Are you also
Are you
a gay witch?
as well?
Are you going to join our coven?
Thanks
Yeah,
to the
why not?
craft.
So they spend like days apparently fucking, and then he takes her for breakfast, and she's like, I have to break up with my boyfriend because he sucks, apparently, And she's afraid to break up with him in case he threatens to kill himself. And like at this point, you know what, Lilith? Just dump them both and date me. Date us. Join our fuckboy polycule.
Yeah. We need to track this person down.
Join the witches of
I'm
Burbank.
really curious, like, to know her side of this Rashomon.
Yeah,
Like,
I want to
like,
read her self-published Amazon book.
I bet
Like,
we found
Where's her
it's
book?
like her and Ashley are the two people I'm most curious to hear from. Also Britt, because I want to know if he actually did heroin or not.
So I mean, like, when he goes on and on about all their fucking, like, honestly, it's really gross.
It's
They, like,
disgusting.
they have
We're
shower
sparing you,
sex.
listeners.
Yeah, and he's like, she was in the shower completely naked, and we're like, as opposed to what? Like, what do you think it's for?
wearing her
that's
wearing
when
her
Chance
morning
learns.
garment.
And like, but there's like a couple of great things that was like, you know, the sex is gross, don't love it, but he has like this way of writing it that I think he thinks
describes
is
her as bending over and presenting, quote unquote, like an animal in heat.
preparing
That's
to
when
be
Chance learns
mounted.
that people shower naked.
And then he's like,
Chance, you get that like Bloodhound Gang songs were supposed to be funny and no one actually
Yeah.
got horny to them.
oh no, I like the one where he said he was harder than the bar exam.
Oh man, I was fuck, my dick was harder than pop quiz.
That was harder than getting through the line at Target without someone asking you if you want a red card. No, but like, okay, first of all, shower sex is a fucking lie that we've all been sold. It's not fun. It's not sexy.
I maintain that the only place where shower sex is in the least bit like ergonomically feasible or possible is in Vegas, like where like the newer rooms are very clearly have had their bathrooms refurbished to have like
Just for fucking.
yeah, to have fucking accessible showers.
It's really great they put glory holes in their showers.
Just found out about homophobia.
No, but after all of this, she's like, I'm going to take a bus back to Kansas City. I'm going to go talk to my boyfriend about this. I'm going to break up with him, blah, blah, blah. And she leaves in this fucking pud after his weekend of fucking someone who isn't his girlfriend.
And
dear
also his
listener,
girlfriend.
And also his girlfriend. Calls his fucking mom because she pulls away from the bus station and he's like, and he keeps comparing her to a child. She's like, she clutched me like a child clutches their favorite toy. And it's like, ew, are you daddy or baby today? And so he like calls
The
his
two genders.
Chance's pronouns are unto.
Oh,
Oh, that took me a minute.
There was
That's
a
good.
chapter where he
That's
just kept
good.
describing
Oh,
sex
wow.
as women lowering themselves unto
Unto
his
him.
dick.
Oh, God.
It was bad.
Using unto for like into or onto.
Oh,
I'm just imagining just this beam
Oh,
of light and just like
Chance.
theremin noises as like this girl lowers her crotch onto him like a UFO.
she comes down from the ceiling,
Commander, there's something in the sky.
Right
hovers for a
here.
minute.
We got bogeys in the weeds. 10 clicks out.
Oh, God.
So he calls his fucking mom. He's like, I'm in love with this girl, blah, blah, blah. She's amazing. She has beautiful hair and beautiful eyes and a honking rack.
Well, hang on.
Big old boobs.
Oh, honey, Mom, I think I am in love, I said as I wiped the tears from my cheek because he was sad to see her to the train to go back to break up with her Mormon ginger ROTC
So this
Marine
makes
boyfriend.
me think of, my boyfriend and we listen to Tiger Belly a lot. And like there was like a riff a while back where Bobby Lee was talking about how he thinks about his girlfriend dying to cry. And she's like, oh, that's so sweet. Like, what do you think of in your head when you're thinking of me dying? And he's like, oh no, my favorite hole is gone. And like, that's what I was thinking of. Like he thinks he's really sad. I was like, oh no, my favorite hole is on a bus.
He's all like, dude, I won't be able to fuck for like 3 days.
I'll have to just crank. So his mom, you know, like reasonably is like, oh, is this your girlfriend? He's like, no, it's this girl I just met.
And his mom asked, well, you know, oh, are you and Marcella like getting serious when he says that he's in love? And Chance says, no, oh crap, I completely forgot about her. I hadn't thought about her the entire weekend. I was too enamored with Lilith. What do you mean you forgot about her? Isn't she your girlfriend? No, I mean, technically, maybe yes, but she's not important. I met a girl, Mom, and from the second I saw her,
She's not important.
I knew
no.
she was it.
Oh my god, he's so horrible to Marcella. I
Yeah.
really go back and forth, but I do think, because it's hard to decide, but I do think that Marcella is the girl he treated the worst in the book.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, like he treats Lilith pretty badly, but like
badly.
she gets her digs in too. But like this is just like this
Marcella just is completely innocent in all this. She did not deserve anything she got from Chance.
Well, I feel like
Lilith deserves like maybe at most maybe like 10% of it.
Well, what Chance did to Marcella is the exact same thing he did to Paige in high school, except with sex instead of just kissing.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Like, this is a complete.
but I think this is the perfect
repeat of that pattern.
This is the perfect case study in his pathology, in this like very fucked up way that he views dating, where he literally cannot fathom a person liking him.
Yeah,
It's like his dongle just like shrivels at the thought of a woman genuinely accepting him and liking him.
Well, he does not like a woman. I think what could be party to this, because Marcella very clearly seems to like enjoy sex with Chance, and like, you know, at some, and like we have a sense of what Chance does when he's trying to charm a girl. He makes like these dumb jokes. He does like these stupid pickup lines. He has these planned and canned openers. Chance, to get to fuck a girl, he is so aggressively false that he is alienated from whatever is actually genuinely going on in his own brain. He's completely alienated from his own feelings. He is basically dissociating by playing this like character of this like, you know, fake charming party guy.
Well,
and so he cannot fathom a girl genuinely liking him because he's never truthful or real enough with a girl for him to be able to see, oh, she likes me for me, because he's never himself with a girl.
I dated a guy who did this exact same thing, and like we dated for like a year. Like this was a long relationship, and he would do all of these canned things and these lines and stuff, and like I saw through them, and I thought that it was endearing that he was so nervous around me that he had to do these things, and so I really did like him, and I dated him, and I fell in love with him.
You thought you saw through them. You saw beyond them.
But he didn't see it that way. He saw it as me falling for this scheme, and so then the second that I opened myself up and had any feelings for him, he immediately resented me and thought I was an idiot and like treated me horribly. And it's like, because he thought that like
he pulled a fast one on you.
Yeah, he wanted to pull the fast one, and then as soon as he felt like he resented that he had.
And it's the same shit with
like,
Chance. Chance does not like getting with a girl unless he feels like he's earned her by
Tricking her.
Yeah, by tricking her. But he's earned the sex because he played the game the right way. And Lilith breaks that somehow, because with Lilith, he just sees her, sees that she's super hot, feels that instant attraction, and it's just like that whatever chemistry. And so because that breaks his pattern just that much, he's going to destroy anyone else around him for the sake of securing that bag, because it's the first time that like it hacks through that pattern he's built for himself.
Secure the tickle bitty bag.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing. Aaron and I read the book last night.
You read the whole thing, so you've looked into the dark
we
heart
read
again.
the
Yeah, we had
chapters.
a couple White Claws. We got some jerky. We read the book together. We hung out. Yeah, it was
Made a
Dutch
night of
rudder.
it was bro time.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this, the fact that why we asked ourselves like, why doesn't he break up with Marcella before he starts dating Lilith?
Yes.
And I think what this really speaks to is like, because for him, sex is this thing that gives him validation, and access to sex is how he knows that he's a worthwhile man.
And if he's not fucking, he does not know who he is.
Yeah.
So therefore, he can't break up with Marcella until he knows that he has Lilith. So like,
He's like a frog that can't get wet and has to jump from lily pad to lily pad. And he needs
But the
to
lily
know,
pads are boobs.
yes, and he needs to know that the next titty is there for him to land on before he will even think about leaving the one he's on.
Oh yeah.
Lilith pad.
Because
Fuck you.
a Lilith pad. He cannot be alone, because the inside of his own brain is
It's a
just
screaming hellscape.
yes.
Yeah.
He cannot stand being inside like the quietude of his own brain, because everything in there is just screaming pain that he cannot even recognize, but just feels the
The
agony
inside of
it.
his brain is like an empty Hooters.
Is he one of those people? It's like their entire personality is the person that they're with.
Yes.
Type of thing.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
100%.
There's a term for that I think should be in the dictionary. It's Bella Swanning.
Ooh, that's fucking good.
Interesting. I haven't read
Chance
the book. Does Bella Swan become
Bella Swanning?
Edward?
She has no personality. She's
Yeah.
like a blank nothing of a character, and her
Yeah.
entire life is Edward. It just becomes Edward. You don't know anything about her life. She doesn't have any hobbies. She's like,
it's okay if my family thinks I'm dead. I just want that like cold dick.
Yeah, she's like a blank slate, and people do that. I had an ex-friend that was like that, and I was like, ooh, she's Bella Swanning hard.
I think what it is for Chance is all that stuff you were saying.
In Bella Swan's defense, if she lived like in, you know, a hot town, I would be okay with her like giving it all away for like a dick that cools you down in the summer.
Well, she is from Arizona, the
There we
worst
go.
state.
That's true. She's from Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
Then she moved
Fuck
to
Arizona.
She should have been played by
Forks.
Meghan McCain.
Can you imagine? Say it. I want you to say it out loud.
Can someone do it?
A vampire.
Every crying scene would have been so good. Every crying scene would have been so good. And Kirsten Stewart could have like, you know, just done like played all the edgy lesbian she was like born to play.
My father, the sheriff of Forks, John McCain.
But I do think like all that stuff we're saying, all these insecurities he have, the only thing that silences them is
getting that nut.
Not just that, but the knowledge that he has access to sex.
Yes.
Yep.
Because it's like that's why he believes that he has to get good at game so that he can go to a party and seduce a girl anytime.
That's why he has to put on his headphones and listen to Two Shorts play and give himself his like
Little pep talk.
His little pep talk
Right.
of, you got this, you can get with her. You've got with hotter girls, you'll definitely get with this girl.
It's
And,
fucking
like,
psychotic.
When he gets into a relationship, he feel like, okay, I have this. There's this one girl that I can have sex with anytime I want because she's my girlfriend. Like when the seductress breaks up with him, he's like his sense of self is destroyed because now he's like, oh geez, where do I get sex now?
Where do I nut?
Yeah.
He's just running.
Yep.
He's just running between store and store, like just on a street, holding like a 20 in his hand, screaming, "I need a fuck!"
He's running through the
Fuck,
streets of
please.
Chicago, dick out. He's like little doughy body.
It's like the boyfriend in fucking
need to
Midsommar. He's just running around with his dick flopping around, terrified.
Listen, I've said it before, and I will say it again. Put Chance Moore in a bear suit. Let me watch him
Man's
burn.
brewing!
Yes.
Real
belongs in a bear
midsummer
suit.
hours.
Also, from that poem, we've definitely learned that Chance will fuck objects. So,
Yeah, oh,
I mean,
yeah.
he can just fucking put his dick in a Roomba. I don't know.
And then Chance and Stephen Young just say, "You're a dirty little Roomba."
I mean,
Wait, I'm sorry. What about my daddy?
So, have we reached the end of this chapter?
Well, okay,
God.
so we haven't.
The very end of
let's-
this chapter is all mom talk.
Also, we find out that his
Oh,
name is
mom talk.
Chancellor Adam MacArthur Moore.
Yes!
Which is
If your first name is Chancellor, you have a Nazi in your
that
lineage.
name itself is a hate crime.
This
Yeah, it is.
Welcome to Vienna, Virginia. Here are some of our up and coming like next generation. Here's like a young lad, Mengele, McAndrew Jackson, Christopher Columbus,
Charlie Manson.
Charlie Manson. He's going to Harvard.
His dad is a senator.
His dad did PR for the Bush administration.
this is like Brock Turner vibes.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh
this guy.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes, yes,
Serious
yes.
Brock Turner vibes. Ugh.
Oh yeah.
So
Chancellor
ends-
Adam MacArthur Moore, you have to start growing up. You can't be falling for girls you don't even know.
Sisters, you can't be falling for girls.
You eat too much corn. You can't be falling for girls you don't even know when you have a girl that cares about you. Did you break up with Marcella? Where did you meet this new girl? What is she like? I could hear the disapproval in her voice. No, I haven't broken up with Marcella
This
yet.
is the best part.
I will invite her over tonight and talk to her about it. Her name is Lilith. I met her at a party. She is a dancer and she goes to my college. She is the most beautiful woman I have ever met in my entire life. She has a twin brother named Max. She is funny and sweet and smells amazing. She has brown hair and forest green eyes, huge boobs. She is a Presbyterian. She is 20 years old. I was talking so fast it was hard to keep up. Whoa, slow down, my mom cut me. Fucking, yeah, like we were saying, like, oh, I'm in love with this girl. She's got big titty honkers.
I love this girl. Here's some very surface level facts about her, and also she has anime titties.
Someone like just took the slider for the jiggle physics and just put them up to max.
Mom, can you please up the maximum on my credit card so I can buy some of her bathwater? And then his mom gives him like she was going on. She gets some good points. Then she goes, "A pretty face will only occupy your mind for a short period of time." Good point. "Before you dive in head over heels, you need to make sure that she is grounded and intelligent." Good point. "And that she comes from a good home. Make sure she uses her pee pads and is housebroken, fellas."
Make sure this one isn't brown, is what his
make
fucking
sure
mom
she's
meant.
Pretty much.
Yeah, make sure that she comes from a nice gated fucking subdivision.
Yup.
Chancellor, is she Jewish?
No, Mom, I just told you she's Presbyterian.
She may as well have named her fucking son Führer.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
Oh my
And
god.
MacArthur too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking hate this entire family. I'm just
Same.
up against the wall. Revolution starts now.
Chancellor McThomas Jefferson, John Wayne Gacy,
Robert E. Lee.
McRobert E. Lee.
Break up with her first. And then he ends, of course, like he always does, with like shitty advice. "Never start one relationship when you are already in another one. Cheating should be right up there with killing someone in the laws of man."
I did this dumb thing, but I was super in love. But if anyone else does it, they should be put to death.
I just like the laws of man thing, like as opposed to what?
The laws of God.
They should be a sin in the eyes of God and man.
If anyone except me cheats on somebody, they should be strung up by their ankles from a gas station and beaten with sticks like Mussolini.
If you look upon a woman who is not your wife with lust, you have already nutted in your heart, and it is a sin.
You've already busted out the window in your heart.
And then the last line, "It rips all parties involved apart."
Oh.
Now he wants to grab her by the hair and tell her.
Okay, cube routine time. So we have reached the halfway mark.
Sarah, we're going to
this
cube you
episode.
up.
Hell,
right.
fuck yeah.
I hope you remember your Cartesian coordinates.
Always.
So, welcome.
This room's green.
So,
I want to go back to the
welcome to the
room.
cube routine. My name is Dr. Drew. Joining me
Fuck
are
all y'all, Dr. Dre. Sorry.
doctors Aaron and Devin will be administering the test with me.
What's that? Sorry.
I got my doctorate at CSUN.
Doctors, which one of us will administer the test?
I think you should do the cube routine because
Me?
you've been doing it. Like, you know it pretty well.
Yeah.
You researched it.
Oh, okay.
I'll be taking
I do have my
notes.
PhD in cubology.
Yeah,
so-
I'm more the horny analyst.
Okay. So we're gonna begin. This is subject 10, Sarah. So,
Blah, blah.
Sarah, I want you to picture a desert.
Okay.
Okay. And now you're gonna picture a cube in the desert. So can you tell me what color is the cube and how big is it?
I'd say it's about the size of my head,
Okay.
and it's pink,
So a pink cube. And where is it?
bright pink. It's just smack dab in the middle of nowhere in the desert,
On
just
the-
chilling there on the sands.
On the sand.
Excellent. So now I want you to picture a ladder.
Okay.
So where is the ladder in relation to the cube?
It's right next to the cube.
Is it freestanding or propped against it?
It's propped against it.
Is
Okay.
it, how big is the ladder?
I can't see an end to it. It's long.
So
just
it goes
keeps going.
above the cube?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, this is a new
Interesting.
variant in the cube routine.
Please note that down.
Bleep blurp. Beep, beep, beep,
So
beep, beep.
now
Calculating.
Now I want you to also picture your favorite animal.
Okay.
And can you tell me what the animal is and what it is, where it's doing, where it is and what
Where
it
is it doing?
Where is it?
It
doing?
is. It's a cat, and it's obviously in the cube because it's a cat, and cats like boxes.
Interesting. The cube
Is
is
it-
hollow.
Yeah.
Is it entirely encased in the cube, or is it like sitting in a box where it's like most of it is above the edge of the cube?
It's sitting in it, but its head's kind of poking out.
Oh.
It's found its way out of the cube.
That's
Yeah.
very interesting.
Is it like a small cat? Is it like a kitten?
Like a medium-sized cat, I'd say.
Okay.
I see.
Adult or?
Yeah.
It's an adult cat. Okay.
Adult cat.
Interesting.
So I think I'm gonna have to confer with my colleagues about these results.
Okay, we're gonna.
So,
all right.
doctors,
Yes.
what do you make of this?
Well, clearly she's found a level to the cube routine that we haven't seen before. The cat was actually inside the cube.
This is unprecedented.
That is
Yeah.
that is definitely without precedent.
I would need more time to analyze this data, but the horniness is off the charts.
Jesus, Devin.
It's like nothing I've ever seen before.
All right. So the magic of the cube routine is that it's all made up and the points
None of
don't
it
matter.
means anything.
Yeah, it doesn't mean.
But
fucking
he
jack
thinks it's
and
how
shit.
he can hack someone's horniness into fucking him.
Yes.
What it is-
and it's
By
also,
doing this
he also thinks that
thing.
he can get like their
Yeah.
He also thinks that he can get like a horoscope about like and a story about their life.
So what this tells us is that you want a partner who is small
A small bean.
and fits
You know
inside
what?
of a little box.
No. Hang on. I think I got something. I think my brain can cobble together some bullshit real
You
good.
got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dr. Aaron, please.
Okay.
Your
Your findings, please.
Okay, I'm gonna make up some dope ass bullshit right now. Okay. You are less confident than you think you should be. You think that when you assess yourself, you believe that you have a small degree of competence, and with the people in your life as represented by the ladder, you should. There's a higher level that you can't even see the top of, that you either want to get to now, or you think you should be at now, or you think you should have already been at. And you've had very supportive people in your life that have put the aspiration to grow in your self-acceptance. What you want is a partner that is independent, like a cat, but still will fit and be comfortable being with you and accepting a place in your struggles with confidence as you have them.
I would also say somewhat unconventional because cats are unconventional.
Yes, and somewhat unconventional.
And
Wow.
lawless.
Thank you for coming to our TED Talk.
Does any of that ring true?
It's 100%.
Okay, because it was all made up. And
Sounds like the exact love life.
hell yeah.
To
So,
a T.
Yeah.
So
Cube
now,
routine.
So this
now to test Chance's hypothesis about the cube routine, did you want to fuck anyone in this room while the cube routine was being administered to you?
Everyone in this room.
Holy
This is
shit!
unprecedented.
Same fucking time in the cube with the cat.
The cat watches.
okay.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna have to
And then
end this
shows us his
podcast early,
asshole.
listeners.
This is just blowing our hypothesis out of the water.
My God, the Institute's going to be amazed.
Our funding is going to go through the roof.
So
John Hammond comes down in a helicopter.
Spare no expense.
The Boring Company is going to give us a very, very generous grant.
they're gonna
So
pay
many
us in
tireless
flamethrowers,
tongues.
though.
For everyone. Fuck.
So, listeners, if you want to do the cube routine, have it done to you, you can submit your answers to fuckboybookclub@gmail.com. You can tweet at us. We're at fuckboybookclub. We also have a curious cat, don't we, Aaron?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
So do all that, and if you're enjoying the show, then please write us a review. You can even, if you don't know what to write for your review, write your cube routine answers, and we might read them.
Yeah. Or tell us you'd give us 69 out of 69 stars.
Or that.
So, Chapter 20. It's Kismet, baby. Bye, bye, bye.
So did you get some water while we were doing the cube routine? Did you get some snacks? Are you ready to get back into this?
I diped up again.
Redipe. Company, redipe.
I double diped.
After the long-ass poem of Chapter 19, Chapter 20's poem is a single line.
It's Ruby Kaur-esque.
Deserted on a plane of my... Deserted on a plane of my own making, I strive for a break from myself. Chance more.
Chance more.
I wanted tickled biddies, but she was just honkers. Ruby Kaur.
So what happens in this chapter is, first of all,
Marcella comes over and gives so William is who introduced Chance to Marcella. Now, William,
Chance just parades his side piece in front of them.
yeah, William sees this and does not say anything. But chapter 20 begins with, so William told me you had another girl over here the other night after I left. What's her name?
Which, first of all,
I could
feel
see
like
the anger brewing behind Marcella's eyes.
I feel like Chance brushes over this, and I think it's meant to make William look bad. But honestly, William is the only good friend out of all of those people because he was the one that was like, yo, your boyfriend ain't shit.
Right.
Yeah, because he's her friend.
Yeah. And Chance is a fucking idiot for trying to make him complicit.
Now, let's hear how Chance, like, apologizes and tries to make amends after getting found out for fucking cheating.
Lilith, I replied.
Oh.
Well, she isn't the one over here now, is she? I cracked a
Ew.
smile and pulled her in for a kiss.
I heard you fucked another guy. Well, I ain't fucking her right now, babe.
That's like when my ex was like, I cheated on you because I was really sad about 9/11, but are we going to do this or not?
The saddest thing is that, according to Chance at least, this kind of works. He says, we began to get hot and heavy and moved to the bedroom. We undressed and went at it. He says, once again, sex was terrible. Like, he
Damn, for real?
Once again.
Do you think maybe it is your sad Kronk?
Kronk's bad groove.
So he gives up on trying to have sex with Marcella and tells her that he loves Lilith.
I am
and-
sorry, I panted. What is the matter? I just can't do this. I am sorry. I care about you, but I think I am in love with her. This is like the shittiest version of like the scene from Network where William Holden like tells his wife of like several decades that he's leaving her for a younger woman.
Yeah. But it's just like a sad, doughy college boy being like, I met someone.
I can't do this.
Oh. My dongle's gone soft.
How do you know you love this girl if you just met her? You are such a fucking asshole. You know that, right?
Yes,
Marcella
Marcella.
was now fuming. She got up, threw her clothes on, and stormed out of my apartment. Wait, stop, come back. Can we just say, is Chance blatantly lying, or did he really like get Marcella to want to fuck after like she finds out that he cheated on her?
No, don't be mad at me for cheating. You're so sexy.
But it's like Marcella went from doormat to like, I'm so proud of you, my beautiful daughter. She's become a woman, like within like 2 lines.
Well, here's the thing. I think, and this is based on my own experience, and like I might be like projecting a little bit here, but I feel like Chance has done a lot of the things that the men that I've known that have been emotionally abusive have done, where he probably is very emotionally withholding to Marcella in ways that make her feel like it's her fault, even though really he just doesn't want to be with her. And so she probably, it's not necessarily that she was like very down to clown and was like, whatever, let's fuck. It was more that he probably had started to pull those behaviors that he pulled before, and she's going, oh fuck, this is going to turn into another thing.
I gotta get him back somehow.
Exactly.
Until he's like, oh, I'm in love with her, and then she was like,
Well, fuck this.
yeah, fuck this. There's no. I've done everything in my power to make this work. Fuck this shit. I'm out.
So
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
then when Marcella leaves him, Chance kind of gets into a slump. He feels like he did a bad thing.
Because he did.
And so he pops open a bottle of wine and puts on a romantic comedy, and he says, I identified with the bad guy in the movie who winds up losing in the end.
I had turned into the antagonist of my own life.
And the thing to me is, this is sort of what I was saying.
This was going
earlier.
on in chapter 1.
Oh, yeah.
Had become
Like
halfway through.
Chance, you've always been the villain
Yeah.
of your own story.
you were Tyler Durden the whole time.
But this is sort of what I was saying, like the fact that he just loses his mind if he doesn't have that access. Because what is really going on here, I think, is that Marcella's left him, and he's not sure what's going to happen with Lilith yet.
Yeah.
Because he's sitting there.
He does
for
not know
what?
if he hasn't been able to get onto the next titty pad.
Like he's like, because Lilith hasn't responded yet, whether or not, because she said before she got on the train, I will text you or call you, and so like,
And she
so, like,
leaves him with a note that just reads, "You are Lisa Simpson."
and you know, basically she texts him like the span of one romantic comedy later.
Speaking of which, it's 2009. What romantic comedy do we think this was?
Fuck.
Wedding Crashers? I'm
2009.
thinking Wedding Crashers.
Good luck,
came
Chuck.
out-
One with Dane Cook. Yeah, Good Luck, Chuck.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Oh,
Good Luck,
Yes.
Chuck?
God.
He's the Dane cook.
But
Are we gonna do a little bit of fuckboy theater?
please.
Yes. So Chance starts with like having like a difference in font between these texts and and the commentary, but then he fucks up and like drops it.
Okay, so I'm gonna do Lilith. Drew is gonna do Chance, and then do you want to be the narrator?
Sure.
Okay. What are you up to?
Lilith had finally texted me as the bottle slowly emptied into my glass.
NM, just watching a movie, drinking a bottle of wine.
Are you alone?
I thought it was kind of an odd question for her to ask.
Yeah, why?
I have to tell you something. Don't freak out, okay?
When someone says don't freak out, it usually makes the person they are speaking to begin to hyperventilate.
Okay, I promise I won't freak out.
A million thoughts started racing through my mind.
I had sex again. I had sex with Greg again, and it was the worst sex of my life. I told him about us afterwards, and we broke up. And I can't wait to get out of here and break up and get back up to your bed. If you'll still have me, even though I felt like I should have. Oh, just kidding. He just didn't change the font.
He didn't.
Even
he should have put 1 of 2 somewhere in there, and then 2 of 2 at the end.
Even though I felt like I had been shot through the heart, I couldn't get mad at her for having sex with her boyfriend because I had sex with Marcella.
I understand. Relationships are complicated. I just broke up with Marcella, and she was not happy about it. I can't wait until you get back. I miss you.
I should have told Lilith what I did with Marcella, but I took a step back and realized that I could go into our relationship with an instant upper hand
God, go
by not
fuck
telling
yourself.
her. I'm so in love with this girl, but let me deviously manipulate the pawns on the fucking chessboard here so that I have the fucking Boneman's Gambit already set up so that I can checkmate her at any time if I need to.
All the best relationships start out with lies.
Yeah.
All the best relationships start with people trying to get the upper hand.
Yeah.
Ah, take that, my girlfriend who I love. You have fallen into my genius trap.
No, I mean.
I knew what I really wanted to do was start the relationship with my girlfriend tied to a slab and a laser beam preparing to slice her in half, moving slowly up the slab towards her spread eagle crotch.
He thinks about his girlfriends the way that Captain Jack Aubrey thinks about a French man-o'-war.
Oh no! When I say like, oh, I had the upper hand, it was because like my first boyfriend sneezed on my face, and I was like, I can never do anything more embarrassing than this. Not like I now have some withheld information that I can manipulate him with. Like, what the fuck?
Right.
Every time I enter a new relationship, I always plot to have some blackmail.
Yeah. Is that not what we all do?
No.
I mean, that's what I do.
Yeah. Thank you. You have a dossier on your
always
boyfriend.
do
Yeah,
Oppo
obviously.
research on your girlfriend.
Yes. I always like do some Project Veritas shit on all of my romantic partners just in case.
But I love. He goes back to his favorite phrase: "Our lips detached."
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She shows up. He gets her tickets to a Cubs game to surprise her. Did he suck dick for him? We don't know.
Maybe. He didn't say anything to he didn't exchange any money with the scalper.
Well, William's not sucking dick for Chance's Cubs tickets anymore. That's for sure.
That's
Yeah.
for damn Skippy.
They go to the show. He does not remember who won and who lost because he was
The
too
Cubs lost, Chance.
because
We
he
can
was
all
too
guess.
focused on Lilith. They go back to his bedroom.
And they have shower sex again, breaking down his walls of insecurity. Which, like,
Wait, hang
wow,
on.
these. Sorry.
When she comes, she screams, "I love you."
Uh.
I love you. Hang on. Then at the peak of her orgasm, she let out the 3 words I've been waiting to hear my entire life. So, like, no one has
Hasn't
said.
it been like 2 weeks?
Also, like,
Has it
hasn't
even been that long?
Arby's is open.
Also, does this mean that like his parents never said "I love you" to him, or none of his other girlfriends before this said "I love you" to
She
him?
said Popeye's chicken sandwich.
She said the 2 words I've been wanting to hear my entire life: Fortnite hamburger.
She said the 2 words I've been longing to hear: Cartesian coordinates.
She said the 4 words I've been waiting to hear: this room is green.
It's a bridge.
I love you, she shouted, then immediately snorted and began to laugh. I can't believe I just said that, she laughed. I know.
I'm so silly sometimes.
I'm
sorry.
I love you, psych.
Sucker. Then she pulled out her ukulele and got some bangs. She was quirky.
And then she was in a Crocs ad.
Oh, R.I.P. Yeah, God, fuck. It's just like, this is some lesbian timeline shit where they've known each other for like 2 weeks, fucked once, and they're like in love and have adopted a dog and have started like an artisanal hand lotion company together in Silver Lake. I very much doubt that this is like, and if it is true, if it really did happen on this timeline, like no fucking shit, it wasn't gonna work out.
Yeah. So immediately after that, Chance brings Lilith over to his friend, William's apartment, where
Fucking audacity.
Autumn
The
and I guess
caucasity.
yeah, where Autumn and Amanda are there. He picks up vodka and cranberry juice on the way. Once we arrived, Autumn's facial expression went from jubilation to jealousy. I don't think it was the fact that she had feelings for me. I think it was more that she liked being the prettiest girl in the room. Lilith had stolen the hot girl moniker from her. Now, Chance is comparing this to earlier when he parades like Lilith in front of his friends when he's still with Marcella, and he thinks that like Autumn is turned on by seeing him like just swap from girlfriend to side piece in the same night. What my guess is, she's like really drunk and like laughing at it, and
Yeah.
like Chance is seeing like that expression, thinking that's turned on, instead of like her being shocked that like your whole ass cheating on your girlfriend in front of us, who are both your friends.
I feel like there's
And the jealousy is now that Autumn is more sober and being like, oh
Well-
yeah, you just like fucking just yeeted your girlfriend and got with your side piece after a couple days.
Okay, I have a hypothesis about this.
Busted your girlfriend out the window.
I have a hypothesis about this. So there's like a 30 Rock episode like way back where Liz goes like, I wonder how you all see the world. And like Kenneth sees everyone as like Muppets, and like Jack sees everyone with like their like monetary value attached to them. And so I have this theory that like if we saw the world the way Chance sees it, he doesn't actually like recognize
It's a
like
horrifying
women's
prospect.
yeah, like he doesn't recognize women's actual facial cues. So like someone could be staring at him with disgust and he was like, she was turned on.
She just has the word horny instead of a mouth.
Right. It's like the one part when he was like, she said flirtatiously or whatever, the one part we were
Like,
talking
did
about.
she?
Like,
Yeah.
I feel like
I
he's
have
just
a
completely
boyfriend.
delusional about everything, the way women
Absolutely.
say stuff, or like the way, like any sort of body language, or like.
I could tell from the way she told me to go fuck myself that she was very wet.
Yeah, Chance's world looks the same as ours, but just anytime a woman opens her mouth, all she says is, "Oh, you're so funny, Chance. Oh, you're so sexy, Chance."
Chance is probably like one of those dudes that just like, because women on average have higher pitched voices than men, he just does not take them seriously no matter what they say, and thinks like everything they say is like covering up for them having like a schoolgirl crush on him.
He's watching
Like a dog
Elizabeth
whistle.
Warren speak, and all he can hear is, "You're so funny, Chance. This is great. Can I touch your elbow? Have you been working out?"
And he's just watching it like, yeah.
Chance is probably Chance is probably sharing those like boomer memes that like infantilize and sexualize AOC.
Yep.
Yep.
And she's like yelling. She's like, "Climate change is killing us all," and he can hear us like.
But what would you do if I was there?
Yeah. You're gonna go shower without me?
Don't you know how much water that wastes?
Fuck you. Oh God.
Under the Green New Deal, we'll all be having to have shower sex.
No.
Nick, God damn it! Let it all burn.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
Just Transition will get like those Vegas showers.
If only. We should all just have the Vegas showers.
I just want those fancy showers where you can sit down in them. I
Oh.
don't want to fuck in them. I just want to sit down.
You mean like the
Seriously, I
showers
just
from a
wanna
Korean
sit
spa where you
down.
sit on a little stool?
There's so many times
Yes.
I'm in the shower, I'm just like,
When you're
God damn,
shaving
can I
your
have
legs.
a stool?
Yes.
Shaving legs.
Yes.
So, are you two like together now? Autumn asked. Yeah, Lilith replied. What about Marcella? William interrupted.
Yeah, what about my friend Marcella that you just fucked over, you asshole?
That I
Right?
talked you up to.
We are through. The chemistry was just gone. She's a nice girl, but I couldn't just deny Lilith, I told
That's such
them
a
as
subtle
I kissed her.
fuck you to Marcella. Like, you could just be like, hey, like, she was really nice. I just, it wasn't there, or like, we were on different pages. But just to be like, nah, she didn't do it for my hog. Not like this bitch. Like, That's such a fuck you, especially in front of her friends.
What happened to our friend that you were dating like 2 days ago? Yo, fuck that chick.
She made my pud soft.
Important question though: how big were Marcella's tits?
He doesn't
say,
mention only
which is-
that they're Mexican.
That means they weren't very big.
There you
And
go.
therein lies the problem.
She didn't have
Dr.
those.
Sarah.
Not big enough titties.
Not
Rack size
warranting a mention.
inadequate.
Yeah. She just didn't do it for me, so I had to upgrade.
Oh, I yeeted her because her titties were too small.
I need more storage space.
So he's such a piece of shit too.
He's such a fucking piece of
He
shit.
basically he because this is what I mean about how Marcella is the girl he treats the worst because he humiliates her.
In
Yeah.
front of her friends.
Yeah. At least with Paige, he was like, Chance got his comeuppance for being a shithead immediately.
He got slapped a lot.
like,
Yeah.
like honest to God, it's weird to me that like William and Autumn or whatever haven't like just like said with Lilith there, dude, what the fuck?
Wow, y'all are some shitty fucking friends. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I feel bad for Marcella.
People are
Yeah,
fucking
same.
cowards.
Yeah, like,
She has really shitty friends.
because wouldn't you think you would want your friends to be like, yo, you have the nerve to fucking parade your side piece around after you humiliated our friend? Like, piss off.
Yeah. Well, I think what it is like when you're in your early 20s, which Chance is in these chapters, when you're in your early 20s, you're out of that high school thing where like you'll just like do stupid shit in the context of relationships and just jump between people and just like say like, well, I just felt it and I had to do it and I just couldn't help it and blah blah blah, and you'll just like make all these self-justifications. By your 20s, you'll be like, well, that was fucked up, but you won't do anything about it. And by the time you're like, because I think in your earlier 20s, you're still hanging on to some like residual like social mores from high school, where it's like the worst thing you can do is just like stop being friends with somebody like permanently, because then you lose a friend circle and then you're all alone and then you're not popular in as much as you are anymore. But by the time you get to be like your mid to late 20s, you're just like, you get used to just like
Yeah.
cutting people loose.
Well, that's just so weird. I just like,
Because you realize some people's just like, I just can't fuck with this.
Yeah.
I don't need, like, because by the time you get to be like your mid to late 20s, you realize, yeah, I don't need to go to this person's house to drink. Like,
I
if
don't
they
need to
suck
be
at-
around these people that make me feel shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've
And-
cut out
and
a
poor-
lot of people.
Yeah.
Like a lot. Without even thinking about
Doesn't
it. I'm
that
just
happen
like,
like from 26 onwards? You go through that phase.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you trim the
So many
fat. You're
people.
just like,
Yeah.
I don't need to keep on like knocking back four locos at this person's place anymore. They're clearly a shithead.
Yeah.
yep.
It's just wild to me. Like, I don't know. Like, if somebody ever pulled that fuck shit with my friends, they'd be like, "Get out of here! Are you insane?" So anyway, they leave the party. They go in a cab, and they like
They
I
fuck.
just-
They fuck in the cab, or she tries to like jerk him off in the cab or something.
and like he's like, the cab driver was not pleased. Like, yeah, no fucking shit.
The
She's
cab-
in there fucking cranking your hog. We're in his place of work.
The cab driver was Jamie Foxx in Collateral. He's just looking in the rear view mirror going, you know what, Chance? Go fuck yourself. And he drives into a ramp on a construction site and flips the cab and rolls it 20 times.
No, like right as she starts jerking him off, all the lights come on in the cab, and he's like, "This is Cash Cab."
And Chance is like that shitty like Upper West Side girl on that one episode of Cash Cab. It's like, can you turn that off, please?
Yeah. This is kind of a mood killer.
That would be me in Cash Cab. I'd be like, I got a place to be. Like,
Yeah.
We were inseparable from that night on. We were in love and in lust. We were blind to reality. Our sexual indulgences. I just love that phrase, sexual indulgences, because it makes me imagine like the fucking Medici family like sucking the Pope's dick to get entry into heaven.
Hey, what do I have to do?
Who's that dick I gotta suck to get in heaven?
Hey, who's a dick?
It's the Holy Fathers.
Hey, holy daddy.
Our sexual indulgences made us foolish, and we became lost in the fire of repeated seduction.
What does that mean? Are you a fucking piece of pottery in the kiln? Like, what the fuck?
Also, repeated seduction. It's like, we stopped being horny for each other, then made each other horny for each other all over again.
Repeated seduction. That doesn't.
Repeated seduction. 10 years in, and we're still sleep with each other like we're cheating on each other with each other. 10 years in, and
Clip
Lilith's
brown tape.
brown tape area still owns my dick and balls.
I showed that to my boyfriend. He didn't believe it existed, and I was like, "No, look it up." I'm like, "Just Google like Kevin Smith cursed tweet," and he's like, "Why the fuck would you show me this?" And I was like, "Cause you didn't believe me, Dr. Film School." And now if I have to know it, you have to know it.
It's like when I showed you guys Scrooge McFuck.
I'm so upset. And you
that
know,
was bad.
worst of all, you showed our guest Scrooge McFuck,
Yeah.
and she has done nothing to deserve that.
We read the book to our
May
guest.
never come back. After
She's
that.
my neighbor. We didn't never talk to me again.
That's true. Atwater's very
It's small.
Our grades slipped and our focus turned to each other as we began the nesting ritual.
What does that mean?
It's like
Did you?
you remember the last episode, Tuca and Birdie?
I haven't seen Tuca and Birdie,
What?
which is weird because
The
my
birds-
husband Stephen Yin.
The birds have anxiety.
I have anxiety.
It's great. It's a great show if you have anxiety,
I don't know.
So do the
or any.
birds.
for
I
anyone,
don't know.
really.
I watched Tuca and Birdie. I just couldn't get into it. Neither of the birds were like bad people. Neither of the birds were committing domestic violence.
So you just wanted
listen.
BoJack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the birds were like good
depression
people.
horse is far inferior to anxiety birds.
Yes.
Different strokes for different folks.
Fuck off.
Okay. Nesting ritual sounds like you're going around outside to see if people have dropped stray pieces of hair that you can build a house out of.
Maybe that's what they're doing.
Kinky.
You know when you do that like 7 months into a relationship?
You know what's really sweet? My boyfriend still just brings me clods of strangers' hair to build a house out of.
Oh, still?
I thought he was bringing
How long
that
have
for
you guys
your...
been together?
2 years.
Oh my gosh.
Are you
Yeah.
sure he's not bringing that shit to you so you can do like chalk pentagram stuff?
No. I mean, like, if he was really committed, he would give me his own hair so that I can do chalk pentagram stuff with it. But I'm thinking that's, he's not there yet.
Yeah.
Once again, my friendships fell by the wayside as all of my attention was spent on making Lilith happy. Also, probably your friends weren't comfortable chilling with you anymore.
And your side piece.
Yeah. Before I knew it, a month had flown by and it was almost Halloween.
So they were together for less than a month. She said she loved him when she came after like
Haha, just JK.
She said I love you on the second fuck.
I love you, haha, JK, but can you imagine? Unless.
What if we kissed when I said I love you while I come?
That's like more of like a 3 years in kind of thing, right?
What if we kissed in front of all of the friends of your ex-girlfriend that you cheated on with? Fuck.
I still regret the way Marcella and I ended. I even regret not telling Lilith that I had slept with Marcella while she was in Kansas
That's all
City.
you regret about Marcella, huh?
The
That's
relationship I had established with Lilith was founded on rocky ground.
You don't say.
And before I knew it, that ground would fall out from under me and plunge me into the fiery depths of hell. Be honest with people or suffer the
I
consequences.
feel like he, because he says this a couple of times. He's like, "Oh, she spat on my soul and fed it to sharks and threw it in fire." And now he's like, "I've plunged into the fiery depths of hell." I really feel like he's kind of overstating a little bit, like how badly this went for him, because he recognizes in writing it down how fucked up his actions
Yeah.
were. He's like, "Gosh, I really probably should have like gotten some kind of comeuppance for this."
Yeah.
But also it really like speaks to his mindset that he thinks of all these bad things in terms of the consequences that they had for him.
And not for anyone else.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know what, Chance? As long as we're being honest, I'd like to put a cage of bees on your head, put you inside a large wicker effigy, and set you on fire to restore fertility to my island.
Fuck yeah.
Oh,
I'd
yeah,
watch that. I would put
Thank
flowers
you.
around my head.
Yes.
May Queen it up.
Fuck yes. Fuck yes.
And watch that.
So, and this is, I feel like these two chapters go together really well because it's very clear, like, it's all about like how Chance like cheat on Marcella, Lilith cheat on her boyfriend, and they got together. And Chance's lessons that he gleans from all this is you got to be honest with people, and cheating is super bad, but he does not go any deeper than that. And it's like those are obvious truths. Cheating is bad, but he does not realize what is. He cannot put his finger to like what is distinctly bad about cheating, and he cannot say like he cannot like when he discusses like what he did that he knows was fucked up, he does not genuinely feel any remorse about it. He just says, yeah, that could have gone better. I regret that I didn't do that. Or he over dramatizes it to like cheating is as bad as murder, and you should be
Drawn and quartered.
and you should be drawn and quartered for it, and it rips everyone apart.
We should perform the ancient Scandinavian ritual of the blood eagle, in which your lungs are pulled out over your ribs and spread out like wings.
Hell yeah, dude, that's fucking metal. But like he cannot, like his analysis of the fucked up thing he does is so goddamn paper thin and just like filled with platitudes that he thinks he should believe in.
And every time, if you notice, every time he describes the fucked up shit he does, or he tries to explain it to his friends, he'll say shit like, well, I couldn't deny Lilith, because he's still to this day shirking responsibility into being like, I was just so horny for her. It was her like magic, her pussy magic.
It's everything you can do. He's doing everything he can do to sound like he is that he is regretful or that he is penitent or whatever. But in reality, he does not actually accept any real responsibility for this. What he cannot say is, what I did was fucked up. I led on a girl, maintained a relationship with her out of my own fucking convenience until I had something else that I wanted to move on to and used her.
He can't even bring himself to say the words, I hurt Marcella.
Yes.
Yeah. Sounds like every guy I've ever dated besides my current boyfriends. Love him. Shout out.
He's a good egg.
But yeah, like I've dated so many guys that are exactly like that.
If you're Sarah's current boyfriend, fucking turn up.
Yeah. Shout out Sarah's boyfriend.
I've dated some doozies.
Yeah.
Some doozies.
Well, that actually brings us to something we did want to ask you about, if you're comfortable talking about, because you have
a story.
You'd mentioned to us that you dated a guy who read one of these books.
Yes. I did. Like 3 or 4 years ago, I dated this guy for 2 years. Way too long. About a year and a half in, I was dicking around in his room while he was at work. And I found this book called How to Succeed with Women. And I sat and read pretty much the whole thing on his bed in a state of shock because he'd used a lot of this stuff on me.
What was the one example? The gift one?
There's some really good ones that have to reread it. However, the one that stuck in my mind was that you should bring this, if you like a girl and you've been seeing her, you should bring her a small gift on the 3rd or 4th date, but not another one, and not one on the first date, not one sooner than that, and not another one until like your birthday or something like that, because she'll expect one on every date after. And it has to be small enough where it's like nothing too crazy, but like you can't let her expect another one, because women with their small brains.
So did he
waiting for treats? And I was looking back, and he did.
What was the gift?
It was like a fucking, I don't remember. It was like a bookmark or something. It was like something so small, and like it was weird. And he like had wrapped it.
What the fuck?
It was like wrapped like a gift, and I was like, I remember thinking like, this is odd. Okay, thank you.
Gotta get me a man that brings me tiny trinkets like a smart raven.
That's pretty much what it was.
To help you build a nest.
Shiny things to put into my nest so when we nest.
Yeah.
I have the shiny objects and the spit and the twigs.
I feel like that's the mentality that a cat has when it brings you a dead thing. It's like, here, this is for you, but don't expect this.
Yeah, when my cat brings me a dead bird, it's like, oh, it's
So
third
what
date
are we?
already.
So what is this?
You listen, I got one of those polydactyl cats that have like 6 toes on each foot. So every so often I'll get a text where it's like, you up, but there's too many U's.
Right.
Shout out to Pip.
Yeah, there's definitely more things in that book that he did.
How did you feel when he got you the bookmark, and how did he pitch it? Like, could you feel the manipulation and the moment?
Or were you just like, this is weird but sweet, I guess?
That's how I felt. I was like, this is weird but sweet. I went
was at a Scholastic book fair that thought of you.
My pants would be off.
Yeah,
I got even more scary stories to tell in the dark.
I got you some Bailey School Kids. Let's smush.
I got you a klutz activity book.
Yo, I fucked with
Yes.
klutz. Let's make some fucking friendship bracelets.
Got you some highlights for kids.
So, how long were you with this like PUA guy? Because the How to Succeed at Picking Up Women is like from 1998, which is before the way, because like pickup artist books and fuckboy books
They
have
really
existed.
began with the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've existed forever,
2005.
but the wave that we're in now really began with the game. And
Oh, yeah.
it's what
Yeah, of
it's
course.
what that's the wave we're riding that like morphed into the incel alt-right world. So what was this relationship with this guy that was taking his notes from this like vintage pickup book like?
I mean, it was it was not a good relationship. He was
Nah, for real?
horribly
the fuck
emotionally abusive. He punched the holes in walls.
Just found out about
Classic.
homophobia.
Classic
I dated one of those.
man rate. Yeah, we all have. I think
What did he
we all
punch-
have that in common.
We all
as
have a
ladies.
Kyle.
Yep.
What did he punch holes in walls over? Was it like an intimidation thing or like
It was so he had fibromyalgia, and I don't know if everyone knows what that is. It's like a chronic muscle.
We do, of course, but
Yeah.
please tell listeners.
But for our listeners,
It's like a chronic disease where your muscles are in pain a lot of the time. Lady Gaga has it. Fun fact. And he would use that to get mad at me, and then he would like take it out on me, and then if I got upset, he'd be like, yeah, well, I'm constantly in pain. So then I'd be like, oh yeah, you're right, I'm sorry. And he like, it was shitty that he had that, but he used it as a way
What
to
a
like
fucking-
justify his bad
he
action.
I'm glad
Gaslit.
he's in constant pain.
So
gaslit you with his disability?
Yep.
Damn.
So that was
feel
his
like
go-to, and yeah, that's caused him
Damn.
to throw lamps, punch holes in walls.
That does seem to be a common thing with these like really shitty abusive men, that if they have a mental disability, they'll kind of leverage that. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like
If they have any
you know,
kind of trauma,
you know,
Listen,
like
yes, I fucked your sister, but in my defense, I have depression.
I was
if you
sad
got
about
depression-
9/11.
Yeah, I was sad about 9/11. Yeah, it was bad. It was
Or how Lilith in the book here was afraid of that her Mormon ROTC 7-foot tall boyfriend would kill himself if she broke
Yes,
up with him.
yes. She says, now, yes, Lilith doesn't say.
He threatened to commit suicide.
Yeah, she does not say that he threatened to commit suicide. She says, we've been together since high school. I lost my virginity to him. I think that if we broke up, he would threaten to hurt himself or somebody else. Now, as far as Chance knows, he's never made a credible threat. That's just Lilith's assumption of it, which could just be her, like, I don't know, like being naive and clueless because this is the only relationship she's had. And she does not, and she's been with this guy for X number of years and does not know how he would react to them breaking apart because, you know, he's Mormon and thinks he's a Mormon and a Marine and thinks the girl he like got with when he was 16 is going to be his wife forever.
right.
Chance's response is that really someone you want to be with? Someone who threatens suicide if you leave them? Which is like Chance is assuming manipulation that he does not directly have evidence to assume on the
but
part
then
of
he
her.
uses it to manipulate her.
Yes!
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like everything is a means to an end, and that end is fucking. I hate him.
So, Sarah, let's ask you this: with all of this that we've gone through, and the echoes between your personal life and Chance,
And thank you for sharing that so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
appreciate
No
that.
problem.
is Chance a fuckboy?
Yes.
Unequivocally. Yeah.
I mean, are we at this point? Is it a question?
No,
Like-
it's not really. But is there anything like unique that we've learned from being inside of Chance's mind palace about the fuckboy?
It's that I never want Chance inside of me.
I never want anyone like Chance even near me.
You don't
It's
want
too late. He's in
Or-
our heads forever.
Chance is now in
Yeah.
our confidence cat
I'm
box
so
in our
glad
deserts.
that I'm not in my early 20s fucking Chances anymore.
I feel like reading this book is like that scene in Game of Thrones where Ramsay Bolton is like, I can die, but you'll never be rid of me. I'm a part of you now.
Yep.
Even if we tore Chance apart with his own dogs.
Don't worry. At the end of the book, we'll stick a basilisk fang into it, and then we'll be free.
Yes, fuck yes.
Sarah, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
Do you
I'm
have
so
anything
glad.
to plug or promote?
Not at the moment. I'm going to be working on a web series soon about nannying, but as of right now, I don't have a title, and I'm writing it with a friend of mine. yeah, so I don't have enough information. But at some point, you'll be able to watch a baller ass web series about nannying because I'm a nanny in LA.
Well,
Oh,
send
yeah.
us that, and we'll throw it up on the Fuckboy Book Club Twitter when you have it.
Cool, sounds
And,
good.
and do you have any socials you want folks to follow you on?
My Instagram is shucks, AWWSHUX.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, Sarah, thank you so much again.
Thank you.
And we're
welcome.
so sorry. One more time.
Yeah.
It's all good.
And from all of us here at Fuckboy Book Club, keep on fucking.
And keep on following us on social media. We're at Fuckboy Book Club on Twitter. You can email us. We're at fuckboybookclub@gmail.com. And wherever you listen to this show, if it's SoundCloud or Spotify or iTunes or Google Play, leave us a review because that does help the show out. And like I said, if you put your cube routine answers in your review, we might read it on the air.
We'll tell you how horny you are.
We will. We'll give you your own horniness level.
Yeah.
Fuck
From
boys.
69 to 420.
Fuckboys
Fuckboys out.
out.
What you do, wanna be the one I'm with. Start a new relationship with you. This is what we do. Think about her and all the things that come along with you. Make me, the one I'm with. Start a new relationship with you. This is what you do. Think about her and all the things that come along with you. Make me. For anything that came between us. You were like my best friend, the one I used to run and talk to when me and my girl was having problems. You used to say it'll be okay, suggest little nice things I should do. And when I go home at night and lay my head down, all I seem to think about was you and how you make me wanna